The Napier World Cup saw the first major World Triathlon action of 2024 and it did not disappoint. Two nail-biter individual races and a mixed relay that shook up the rankings, and a well worth a watch back on demand on triathlonlive.tv. Then it is to Abu Dhabi we head for the first WTCS of the year, and start lists packed with the big guns, some looking to show their national selectors what they can do, others testing their early season form 5 months out from the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. One of those is Vincent Luis, the two-time world champion who had his Tokyo 2020 ambitions derailed by injury, but still played a huge role in the French mixed relay team's bronze, and who, it is safe to say, is fired up and ready to stake a claim on one of the 3 spots available for Team France at the end of July. So clear the schedule for Friday the 8th of March when the women go out at 4 p.m, the men at 6 p.m, and the mixed relay follows from Abu Dhabi on Saturday at 3:30 p.m.
Obviously, it's the home game, so if we don't do it now, we will never do it. I just feel like I'm being in a cage for too long, and I'm just waiting for someone to open it.
Vince, hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thanks. You well?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Last week into my 4 weeks camp here in Lanzarote, so
you didn't get that tan in Leeds, that's for sure.
No. Well, neither in Girona, to be fair with the Brits. It's good, but not as good as here.
Just give us a little recap of who's with you on the squad for the start of this year then.
So here in Lanzarote, there is Luis Knabel, Ben Sebichak, Ben Farr. We have a few Spanish with us: Antonio Serrat, David Castro, Sergio Baxter. Who else is there? Jake Berthwithel. We have the only girls is Anna Godoy, and that's about it. And then Joel, our coach. We have also a physio here. So I think we like maybe 10 or 12 athletes, I think.
Nice. So no Vasco,
No, Vasco stayed in Girona because he had to go to Napier to do the relay, I think. So I think he wasn't really worth for him to come here and then fly to New Zealand. So he stayed in Girona, and Yele, he just had a baby. So I think he's gonna skip Abu Dhabi. He wanted to spend some time with the kid now, so he's just he stayed at home for a little bit. Yeah, and I think the other girls, they're also racing in Napier, so they did not join here. So we had to split the squad a bit, with Joel coming with us here and Drew Box stayed in Girona. But next week we should be all back in G-Town.
G-Town, yeah, and So is this? So it's a 4-week camp. Is that something that has been a regular for this time of year for you, or is this unusually long and as a result of the season ahead?
So we used to work like as a nomad group, kind of, with like always being on camp. Obviously, there was a before COVID and after COVID. So that was our life before COVID. We will always be on camps, matter of wherever the season brings us and where we have to be for racing, and we will spend at least 6 weeks in Fuerteventura, which is the island right next to where we are now. But during the COVID years, we obviously could not travel, so we stayed based more in Girona. And then the Olympic happened, and it's a lot of stuff that happened, and then it took us a bit of time to put it back together, working, and that's our first official camp as the group, and we arrived there 3 weeks ago. We still have a week to go, and going to race Abu Dhabi, and then in April we gone again on camp in Font Romeu for the first altitude camp of the year. So that's something I think that we're gonna start to do again, being just on camp, living out of a suitcase. But I kind of like it. It's good. You train, you eat, and you rest. That's the best thing. It's hard for some because I know they're a bit homesick or they miss the girlfriend or whatever. But I do like being on camp, staying focused on the diet and just training and everything. But I'm not
Yeah.
saying I don't miss my girlfriend, but I'm
No, but life admin can go on hold for a bit, right? And you
yeah.
just
No, I do like the camp life. It's just easy.
yeah. But yeah, so I guess it's well, basically exactly a year since we caught up with you in Girona for that down the blue carpet. We had a great sit down at your place. I suppose the first thing is to figure out where you are. Where's your fitness? Where this is the start of another season. How does it shape up compared to the counters you've done before? And is it feeling fresh? And are you feeling good? And where are you in terms of like what has kind of dogged you the different injuries over the last couple of years?
Yeah, well, I hope meeting and sitting with you guys doesn't curse my season again. But no, I don't blame you for that. Don't worry, it's 100% on myself. Yeah, it was well, when we sat down a year ago, I was actually really confident that the season will go really well. I had a good winter of training, and actually Abu Dhabi was not too bad for a season opener last year. I finished fourth.
Yeah.
But far from knowing that was my the only race I would finish last year. I Yeah, after Abu Dhabi, everything derailed a bit. I got a first injury on one of my calf, and I was kind of nursing it a bit back to running. Then my hip started to hurt, and yeah, I've been diagnosed with a stress fracture, which had me sitting out Yokohama, Cagliari. So I was really keen on doing my best and everything I could to get back into the test event, making sure I feel the criteria qualify for 2024 Olympics. And yeah, I had a good training. Went up the mountains in front, got back into training, did some good stuff, unusual stuff like running at 5,000 meters elevation. That was tough but fun. We were right on track, and yeah, a couple of days before Paris, I start to feel a pain in my calf, and yeah, well, you just go to bed and hope like in the morning it'll be gone, but it did not happen.
Mm.
And yeah, during the run in test event, I could feel something was off, so I preferred to stop, and quickly after MRI revealed that I had a tear in my calf. So that was basically the season done for me, and I decided from that point that my best chance at giving a shot to the Olympics would be to really rest my body, um, doing kind of a reset of my body, and make sure I'm strong for the months that are coming up now, March, April, and May. That's basically until the end of the Olympic period. That's the month I had to show the federation that I'm with, bringing to the Olympics. So that's where I am now. I'm happy. I had a good winter of training. I went back to what I like, the camp life in the UK, in Portugal, now in Lanzarote. So that's what I really like. I've been back to training, putting aside all the worries that I had about whatever. It's not performance oriented. And yeah, I do feel good. The body is responding well. I'm in a good mindset. I have a good group here with me, and having Joel back now a bit more on the field with us, it's really helpful. He's someone that really needs to feel like our people are reacting, the mood and the body language and everything. So I think it's really great to have him around, and I feel even more confident now that he's around. And sessions are being good. I'm hitting really good numbers, really similar to what I've done before, while I was fighting for podiums every weekend. So that's exciting. I know there is like now a newish generation that's coming, and these numbers are maybe part of the past now or something like that. But I believe I still have a shot at racing at the front, being an actor of the race, and I believe that's what is going to make a difference in the next couple months, and see how it goes. But I mean, it's no secret for anyone that my last season as an ITU athlete. So I want to make it worth, and I want to make sure I toe the lines, the start lines every time healthy and ready to fight, and giving all the guys a good run for the money.
And you must, over the years, have realised as well that a happy athlete is a good athlete, right? And there must have been times at the start of seasons where you were feeling like, for any reason, be it fitness, mental, whatever, that things weren't quite sinking. And this time it looks like it is all sinking, right? And it's all clicked together nicely.
Yeah, it's always difficult, when you invest so much time and energy in the sport, and I mean, you wake up in the morning, the first thing you want to do is to train, is to be competitive, is to have this feeling again, this adrenaline of racing, and you do miss it. So there is in no means I'm comparing anything, but I think there is like a kind of a withdrawal from it, and it can be quite addictive to train, to race, and even more to win races. And when you go back to not winning, not racing, or not even training, I think it's a rough period. I remember watching the grand final in Pontevedra. I was on holidays, and like beautiful destination, having perfect holidays, and I watched this race, and yeah, that was really tough for me to watch it. And yeah, I think it fueled me for this winter in a good way, not in a way of doing like stupid things, training too hard or training too fast, but it fueled me in a sense that well, in Abu Dhabi, I was beating the guys that were at the front in Pontevedra, so that means I can still do it, and so I just focused on myself and trust Joel in the training. Did exactly what I had to do. Did not try to do much. Did not try to do more or faster. I just stick to the plan, and yeah, it's working really well so far. So I still have to like being hold back a bit sometimes at training, because you can't really pet a shark, but it's always like I always want to do more and faster. But yeah, Joel's really good at helping me, keeping me in line, and doing the training I need to do. But the important thing I think back then was to focus on myself, what I was able to do, and not seeing what others were doing. And yeah, I did have a good entourage, good people around me that helped me realize that it's just about being patient, and my time will come. But no, that was a rough period. But now it's all about waiting until someone opened the cage and racing.
I did wonder if you and Georgia were obviously on holiday like during that grand final, right? I did wonder if you were going to be watching it. You actually sat down and watched it live as it happened, or?
Yeah. Well, with the time difference, we were actually at dinner. So that's a good way to ruin a good dinner if you want a tip.
Oh,
but yeah, I mean, it was all right. It was really mixed feelings, because I was obviously really happy for my friends. The French did awesome, and they all my friends. Yeah. They execute a plan that we wanted to put in place for years, and we managed to do it in Abu Dhabi in 2023 and in 2022, sorry, at the grand final, when Leo won the grand final, and they did it again in 2023. So that's yeah, that's good to see. It's really nice, and I was the happiest guy for them. But it's also like you also have to be a bit selfish, think about yourself. And yeah, that was a rough moment. But the next day, I actually had a call from the high performance director, and I mean, I was really transparent with him. I told him I'm not gonna sell you anything right now. I'm not running. I'm doing my rehab and doing everything I can. But if you make a pick today, then I'm not part of the team, and I know it, and I'm not in any denial. But I told him, count on me to be strong when it counts. A couple months before the Olympics, leave a door open for me, and I'll be there. I won't disappoint you. And I think he was really happy to read it from me. He understood that I wasn't selling myself or overselling myself, and it's I always been really transparent with the people at the federation. I always told them when I was injured or when I wasn't, and also I've sometimes showed up at races and told them, well, I'm most likely gonna podium at this race. I feel I can podium at this race. And when I say there is a 95% rate that I'm doing it, So I think they're quite happy with that mindset that I have. They also know I'm a team player. I'll help the guy as I helped Leo in 2023 obtaining the world title. I'm really there for the guys because in Lausanne 2019 they all came up to me and they told me they would do everything they could to help me win the title, and I think that's a great spirit we have in the French team. I've heard a lot of stories about other teams or the federation where it's far from being that ideal. So yeah, I mean it's been as I said, rough period for me, but now everything is looking a lot more clear, and I think it's gonna be a rougher period for our high performance director now to pick 3 names for the Olympics.
At least, yeah, the bittersweet of watching Dorian win, Pierre doing really well, Leo obviously as well, and then Georgia obviously seeing Beth and Kate do similar. Like, to be able to both be going through those kind of conflicting emotions must have been quite helpful, right? You were able to literally be like, right, you're feeling basically exactly what I'm feeling. We've both missed out huge chunks of the season. We've both got a huge target next year, and we've just seen our teammates do what they needed to do to put themselves in the shop window. So yeah, you must have, or did you have a little policy like, we're not really going to discuss it, or was it like, right, let's talk this out a bit?
Yeah, we do have an untold policy with Georgia that you have the right to be upset for 24 hours and then you have to move on. And I think it was even shorter than that. I think we're just like, well, it is what it is. The only thing we can do is focus on ourselves. Keep doing the good work. Keep following the physio and the coach's advices, and that's the only thing we can do. I mean, what's done's done. You can't get back in time. And well, I actually have a little stat that I've read the other day about for the last I think it's the last two or three Olympics, two Olympics. I think there is only one guy that's been on the podium at the test event that was on the podium at the actual Olympics. I think it's Hayden Wild. I think he podium in Tokyo test event and then he podium at Tokyo Olympics. But none of the guys on the podium in Rio or the 2 other guys in Tokyo were on the Olympic podiums. So, well, I guess it's a good indicator of how this world selection policy works. I know federations are kind of tight with test event, and they do have to put criteria there because there are a lot of politics that I'm not going to comment here, but that for me don't make the most sense about selecting and picking people. But yeah, still, as I said, I was listening a podcast the other day also about a coach saying that it's most likely a guy that was really fit the month before the Olympics that wins the Olympics. And we've seen again Christian before Tokyo was unbeatable. Basically, he raced God knows how many times, and he was basically winning every single race. And then he was Olympic champion. So yeah, it's you kind of put the things in your mind that help you thinking positively, and yeah, as I said, can only focus on myself. I'm training good. I'm enjoying my training at the minute. Enjoying life. I'm feeling really at peace with what happened last year, and I'm only focused on what's next. It's really exciting for me. It's the first time I'm leading into a Olympic year being actually an outsider or a chaser. As a French, I was always picked a year before, and again, confirmation that doesn't mean anything.
I think quite the opposite, right? It seems to be that the favorite is so often not.
Yeah.
The flip happens, whether it's the last 2 world champs or the Olympics. Yeah, like I was going to say, coming in as the slight underdog is like quite a refreshing position to be in.
I remember having a chat with Jan Frodeno, 2008 Olympic champion, and he said on the start line of the Olympics, 50% of the guys are injured or have been injured in the past 6 weeks, and that's 100% true. Like, everyone wants to push a bit too much, and I know some guys are already injured now. They're not racing Abu Dhabi because they are injured, and it's most likely because they made mistake during the winter. They wanted to push too hard, and that's a mistake I've made before. Can't blame them. It's we all have been there, and yeah, we'll have surprise always leading into the Olympics. But Yeah, it's an endurance sport, so most of the time you do have good surprise, but there is no magic.
And having Joel right back with you, like as you said, like that presence for this particular moment must be hugely important as well, right? That did you miss that period? He obviously went off to Australia, and regardless of how experienced you are, he is, and the long distance thing works. Yeah, to be able to have that extra like authority in a way, right? That you will absolutely listen to as well as your body. Like he's probably one of the only other people that you'll listen to, isn't he?
Yeah. Joel is really good to have around. He's really calm. I mean, he has countless of World Series wins and World Series podiums and Olympic medals. He knows how to deal with pressure and everything, and he's really quiet. If you do a really good session, he'll just tell you thumbs up or good job. There's nothing over the top, and I like that because, well, if your coach is good and if you're a good athlete and you're doing what you have to do every day, should be a good session. And I think that's this thing, being good, being a standard, being a norm. I think that's what everyone should tend to. And I really found some calm and peace into having Joel around. I think it's really good because he will. I always say Joel is a really good coach because I think his training program is really simple. He doesn't faff around. He doesn't care about the 2% extra when you actually need to master the 98%. I think that's the most important. And but what makes him a good coach is he will be really good at reading people, reading the mood, and seeing how you act, how you reply, if you're tired, if you skip a few things, if you like, he will be really good at that and adapt the training without even you noticing it. I think that's really good. So it doesn't make you feel that you are tired or you're missing out on some stuff. And I think that's really good because, well, a big percentage of performance is in the head. It's mental. It's if you think you're gonna win a race, there is a big chance you're gonna win the race. So I think it's really good. And I'm really happy to have him back. I know he's also been through a rough patch last year with Triathlon Australia. I think it wasn't easy for him, and I'm really happy he's back now with the squad and doing what he loves, being the master of his own project. And we do have a good group. We recruit a few girls with us, and we now are working a bit with a few Spanish. So it's quite fun. It's a bit of like a fresh wind coming.
Not many quiet moments with like a David Castro and Sergio
Yeah,
Baxter.
yeah. I call him Radio Castro. It's crazy. This guy can get drop on a bike but keep talking. He's a really good guy, and it's funny because actually I had a few words with him on during races on a bike because he was a bit in the hurt box and not taking pulls. So yeah, I can be a bit vocal, and I was a bit curious on how it would end up here training with him. And he's actually the nicest guy on the planet. He's really good. He's always there. He's always telling me, if you need me to help for any training, you tell me. And that's really good, to have a real opinion about people and who they are. It's actually really, really cool. And I'm grateful to have the opportunity to train with him and other Spanish. It's a really good camp we're having now, and I'm really happy. I'm going to dinner every time with a big smile and looking forward to have a debrief of the days. It's always good fun.
And those sort of subtle indications from Joel that tell you, he's pleased with how it's went. That kind of summarizes your approach to it as well, right? You're not like putting track sessions out there. You're not putting numbers out there. It's like you get a sort of an inner strength or an extra strength from just knowing within you, and almost that the rest of the world don't know it, right? To be able to know that you're on that start line with it and nobody else particularly has much of a sense of it is like an extra power, no?
I mean, if you do a run session and you're running with Mario Mora or Jelle Gins, you're one of the best runner in the world in triathlon. And if you ride with Vasco, you're one of the best bike rider. And if you swim with Luis Knabel or with myself, you're gonna be a front pack swimmer. So there's no need to like being a bit paranoid on times and splits and everything, and putting more pressure than you need. And we actually do tend to do a lot of sessions in nature, and not trying to like really being on a proper measured course to make sure we hit those splits or those paces. So that's actually like what racing is. Racing is all about crossing the line first, not having the best splits, and it's all the magic of races. It's you can win the race without doing the fastest training. It's all about what you put on a daily basis. And I've done big weeks, most likely not the biggest one, most likely not the fastest one, but as I said, I'm pretty confident that on D-Day I can have a good race, because I know I'm around guys that can possibly finish in the top 5. So it's it's always a bit of a confidence boost to put your paces on whatever social media, and having people telling you how strong you are. But I believe that I don't know. I don't really need it. I don't think I need it. I think I know what I'm doing, and being also overlooked by Joel, and if he knows what he's doing, he's done it for years, and he's really confident that it works, and I'm also really confident that it works. So yeah, no Stravanoia for me. It's all about doing my miles, doing my stuff. I don't need any recognition from anyone. I always say the only people I want to make proud are my parents. So the kudos and all those likes on social, it's perfectly fine if people want them and love them and like it, attention and stuff. But I don't know. First thing is to be happy yourself, not to make people happy, I guess.
Well, and you benchmarking, say, your bike against Vasco or your run against Mario or Hella within the training group, but equally they would all benchmark you in each one of those disciplines, right? In each segment. Like, you've kind of built yourself to be. Was that always part of your plan? You didn't want to like just like rely on one element. Like, you always get, Mario, by his own admission, would, his run was outstanding. I guess like a Javi was maybe more of an all-rounder or an Ali, but was that always like, right, this is what success will be for me?
Well, I've been watching triathlon since 2000, maybe, the first Olympics, and I've seen it change a lot. And I've raced a different scenario, and I remember the watts back then. In 2012 Olympics, they were 50 watts under what we're doing now in a race. So the dynamic of races have changed drastically. And I did have to adapt also. So I did have to spend time running more at some point. I did have to like put the big weeks in the running, and I guess that helps me now that the bike is more important, because I can run a bit less but bike a bit more. So it's it's always a constant evolution, matter of the races that are on the calendar, matter of who is racing, new people coming, how strong is your nation again, what we can do as friends to maybe make the races work our way. So it's been a constant for maybe, I don't know, the 15 past year that I've raced ITU. It's been a constant evolution and a constant questioning about how I was training, what should I've done, what should I've changed. And I've always think like, you do have to be bulletproof when you show up to a race. Swim, bike, run have to be optimal, and it's funny because when you're on the start line and you look at the guys, you can see the fear sometimes before the swim, because while some people, the race might be over after 15 minutes. It's just done. If they're 2 minutes down or 1:30 down, it's most likely done for them. But I've never had this fear. I always knew like, well, at least I'll be in the race for 2/3 of it until we hit T2. I know I'll be at the front of the race. So that's, I think, a mindset that's really different. I've always been confident in that. So it's funny because I've heard a few federations since the relays have been introduced. They've put a quotation kind of type thing for athletes to like try to match people in the relays, and we've done that too in France, and there is no secret about that. Like we we kind of rate people out of a number of points to see what's the best tactic, who to put against them, matter of their strengths or their weakness. And I know a few high performance director, they come over to me and they say, well, you maxed out the points because we don't know when to put a guy against you, because swim, bike, run, you're still gonna be up there. And I think that was the whole point of my career. I won races that were foot races, and I won races that were breakaways. I've never been, I think, the best swimmer, biker, or runner, but I've always been up there. And that's what triathlon is all about. And it's been anyway a fun journey. Training with those guys for short races, racing everyone. I've raced every single Olympic champion so far since triathlon has been created. So it's been fun, and it's not done yet.
Yeah, that's crazy, because I mean, we did a little look back to the first Abu Dhabi, the 2015 finish with you, Mario, and Mario first, you second, and Richard Murray third. Mario obviously retired. Richard, think of the sort of elder statesman of triathlon at the moment, but you seem to, I don't know, transcend that a little bit. And I wouldn't sort of ever kind of put you in that same bracket, I suppose. It's interesting, isn't it? But then you look at the DOBs of that Abu Dhabi start line, and there's no hiding from it. Yeah.
Well, I still feel I'm 20 in my head. Like I still love for nothing, and I still do all that things. But yeah, it's I still want to race. Like I will 100% like race again, saying 2028 Olympics and all that. But yeah, at some point you do have to seek reason and see like, well, my body is holding on a really thin wire now, and I do have to be careful. And I've traveled so much. I've raced, I don't know, 100+ races, and it's good. I think in French we said we looped the loop, and I think that's a good way to say it. I've enjoyed every single race I've done. I've met incredible people. It's been good fun. As I said, I've seen triathlon evolve. I start racing in short and singlet, and that's the thing that I think people are racing now. They don't even know what that means. It's been great. Some people I've raced with, they're now commenting races, and they're now working for brands, or they now have plenty of kids and everything, and I'm still there. But it's been fun. It's been fun.
Thinking about that, and I guess body preservation in a sense, and so on. Like, do you think a big part of Dorian's success last year was like season management in a way, and not racing excessively, and was consistent in his finishes, and then brought out the big win right when it counted?
Yeah, it's I think it's we do tend to see a big issue now in short distance racing is season management. Is people start seasons really strong. They go on camps where it's hot, and they train like really a lot and quick, and they manage to hold it for like a couple months, but arrive April, May, July, they're most likely already mentally or physically burned out. And some of them can push it until August, but then it's done. And I think that's how Leo and Dorian got the world title, because they really managed well the season. And we haven't seen Leo last year won the Super League after that, so I think he was really still holding good form. It's I think it's important that people understand that the old pattern of doing cross country and bike races and all that before the season, you're already like firing too many bullets, because the first race in March or April or May, yes, they're important, but grand final is 1.5 times the points. There are plenty of races in the summer. You race Montreal, you race Hamburg. Last year was Sunderland. Like, you have so many races, and that's when it's tough. Like those months, June, July, August, that's when you have to put the big work, and that's a long stretch if you already burned so many matches during winter. So I think we've seen a new pattern happening of people like doing a lot more volume in the winter, but not getting too excited. And you need a second push in the summer, and I think a a lot of people are already a bit cooked and can't do it. And I think that's what us French, and particularly Dorian last year and Leo the year before, managed to do it really well. And that's I think how they got the world title. It's none of them were really favorite. I would not say favorite, because they were part of the mix of being able to get the world title. But we were a lot more expecting Hayden or Alex to top off the season with that. But for Alex, it's been 3 years now. 2021, 2022, 2023, where he was going for the world title and it escaped. And I feel really bad for him. I think he deserves to be world champ. He's a really great athlete, and I hope for him he'll be world champ one year. I mean, he's Olympic silver, so it doesn't really matter for him. But I think it's something that he's missing. I wish he can get the title this year. But it's for me being a World Triathlon Series world champion, it's all about how you manage your season, and you do have to be really strong for the grand final.
And in a season like this, you got to factor in, like you said, 50% of people on that Olympic start line might be injured. Ali Brownlee said, a huge part of his 2 wins was just being able to turn up on those 2 start lines in London and Rio and be 100% confident in his fitness. So yeah, the preparation from now till then is everything, isn't it? And there's going to be a lot of people taking a lot of care, and a lot of people, but then how do you know that you're I suppose is it about like building up to that, pushing yourself to the limit, or do you never want to push yourself to the limit until you're in that final like kilometer, say, of actually on the course in Paris?
Well, it's a tough question. I do believe I do believe if you show up at the Olympics just having done anything like you should have done, nothing over the top, and you kind of guarantee a top 15. But no offense, but who cares about top 15 at the Olympics? It's the middle of or nothing. If you are regular in the top 8, then you're gonna have to take risk to finish in the top 3. And if you're regular in the top 3, you'll have to take risk to finish gold. So it's always a tricky point. But I think for me, having a coach like Joel, it's really helpful, because he knows, he's been there, he's won Olympic medals, and he knows what it takes, and he knows the mistake you should not do. So it's I think what makes the difference between 2 coaches is it's not planning. Planning is easy now. Even algorithms are doing it. It's just making decision when it's crisis. When an athlete is questioning things or questioning feelings, it's what should we do? Should we do less? Should we do more? Should we not do it? Should we do it tomorrow? Should we take rest? Should we not? It's those questions that's what make a good coach, and that's why when I see so many people that are selling coaching service, I wonder how much of hard decisions they do have to take like that, because I think that's what would make a big difference into coaching. It's when the decisions count that you do want to have someone you can rely on. And I think Joel is, even sometimes if he doesn't know, because like you cannot know everything. It's really hard to sport is not it's not always A plus B. It's sometimes a bit of the mood of the athlete, how he slept, what's external factors, everything. But if you have a coach that takes the decision, it's always good. So you don't have to think about it, and you always think it's the good decision. So that's what I think is really important, is having a team you can trust around you, because they'll 100% do something that's they think that this is the best for you. And with Joel around me, I'm pretty confident he will bring me to this start line with like a body that's healthy, and that's what I want.
As far as like making those dangerous, difficult decisions, is that what won Christian gold in Tokyo, do you think, when it was like him, Hayden and Alex there? And I don't know how many people were surprised, maybe more in hindsight than at the time, that he outran them both, but it was the moment that he went and the amount that he put into that break, and that was like, that was a dangerous decision.
It's it was a really bold move, but I mean, just this full season, if you look at it, it was they made decision. They made decision of racing a lot before. They made decision of doing a lot of hit prep, doing a lot of early morning trainings to get up to the time zone difference. They do own the decisions, and I think that was a good choice. I mean, Christian is an incredible athlete. He's won everything you want to win on the planet, and he still has plenty more to go, I think. So that's what I really respect in Christian in general is he makes decision and he owns them, and if they don't work, then they don't work, but he will always like get the most out of it. And yeah, if he would not have done all that, he would have finished probably on the podium, maybe, or maybe win. We don't know. But the thing is, he believes so hard in what he's done before the race that when he launched that attack after the last U-turn with maybe a K to go, there was nothing stopping him, or nobody stopping him at least.
Yeah. And the prospect of that Paris course, obviously, the test event was one thing. You went in full of, fully fit and so on, and didn't quite pan out. But the sense of the occasion for a test event was obviously huge. Seeing that corner, the corner as you came back onto the bridge, just thick, people climbing up the lampposts, and just the noise. That's what it's all about, right? And that was just a taste of what it will be like. And that there's a little bit of home advantage there. I don't know how much that's worth, or if you believe in that anyway. But yeah, even though you didn't get the full taste of that course, the magic was undoubtedly there as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's no secret that that the French supporters are really loud, I would say, and they're really out there, and that was great to see people answering the call to be present at the test event. We did have a first taste, I think, in Lausanne in 2019. It was really close from France. So a lot of people came from France, and then we had the two Super League or Super Tri, it's called now, in Toulouse, that were also really, really crowded. And it was great. And I do believe, I don't want to offend anyone, but I had more applause when I was walking on the sidewalk going back after I got injured than Alex winning the race. But it was great to see the support from the French. I did feel sorry I could not deliver a better race, but it was great, and that was just the first taste, I think, from what the Olympics gonna be. It's going to be great. People will discover Paris in a different angle, and I think that'll be great. The course is amazing. Like, I mean, when do we get to race in the middle of one of the biggest city with the most history and everything? Like, I mean, you like the Eiffel Tower, Arc de Triomphe, like the Champs-Élysées. Like, it's incredible. It's incredible. We don't get to race in the middle of New York or all that big city. It's impossible. And having the games really in the middle of Paris, it's amazing. And I think it's a great opportunity that we should be proud of as French, and trying to do our best. And home advantage is for sure gonna be something. We're sure gonna get some extra wings for the race. And I'm honestly just happy that more French people and more kids can access sport and can watch sport and just be I don't want to say inspired, but just be like aware that they can do triathlon, and if that can push more French kids to be outside and enjoy sport and practice something different, then I think the mission is complete and is a success.
And as a pure triathlon course, how does it stack up? I don't know, compared to a London or a Rio or Tokyo, but also just in terms of a kind of course that you would want to be racing. It's obviously, I mean, it's got the stardust. So a course like Pontevedra that on paper wasn't setting many kind of worlds alight pre-race, but during the men's race showed that it was, the break stuck, and it was actually like, a fascinating course that brought out a fascinating race. So yeah, the specifics of the Paris course from that.
Yeah, it is a really fast race. I think Alex's time for the win was 1:47 or something like that. It's really, really fast. On the bike we average like a really high average speed. So it's a really fast course. It has its technicity with the cobbles and some really fast corners. It's really easy for a group to be organized, so it's good for breakaway. I think if people want to work together. I do believe test event and the actual Olympic race are going to be a bit different because, well, it's only going to be 55 people at the start, only 3 French, 2 Brits, I guess. So it makes a big difference. In the pure personal point of view, I'm happy the swim is that hard. I mean, the current makes it hard. It's exciting. It's also really hard to lead the swim. I only led a lap last year, but it was quite hard actually. So that'll be interesting. We did work a lot on our bike tactic. We did meet a few times with the other boys and try to like sort out what was the best. What section we did lose time last year and where we should push more and everything. So we had a lot of good insight. We're working with a good team of scientists. I think it's really good. Obviously it's the home game. So if we don't do it now, we'll never do it. But it's really interesting. It's really interesting. Also seeing the different federations, the different strategies they're going on to. It's fun. But every single Olympic there is something new. You know, in Tokyo there was aerobars and hit prep, and Paris is like open water swimming, and it's always something different. Like every federation thinks they found the secret key to open the Pandora box, but it's most likely the athletes that make the race, and I think as French we do have a few extra cards to play. Maybe not the 5th ace, but not far from it, I guess.
Swim position kind of key. Lots of reports of where the current is stronger, whether you're on the inside, outside. So on that pontoon draw suddenly takes a whole nother level of importance and interest, right?
Yeah, it's always funny because I've never really cared about where to go on a pontoon because I would just sometimes feel I will go in the middle, sometimes feel go on the side, I will go on the side, and I will actually, I did not know that until not late, but that will actually trigger some people. They were like, oh, why is Vince going in the middle, or why is going there? But I actually absolutely don't care. Like I just go wherever I feel and I just start from there. But in Paris, it's obvious that it makes a difference because you do want to have most of the current helping you, of course. But as I said, 55 people. It's gonna be a narrow pontoon. Not gonna be much distance between the left side and the right side. I don't know. A spot is maybe 50 centimeters. So 25 meters. It's not gonna be a big difference. But we still have the numbers out there somewhere on the cloud with the scientists looking at them, and that'll be interesting to see the different tactics from the different federations. But that's not what I'm paid to think about, and I'm happy about it.
And it's you, Leo, and Dorian on the start in Abu Dhabi, right? No Pierre. I guess compared to like ahead of Tokyo, there was a lot of noise about the US selection policy and how people were kind of dialed in very early on and got their place. I mean, obviously with the extra year of COVID as well, that was enhanced. But even though Dorian and Pierre have, to all intents and purposes, fulfilled the criteria, it's kind of seems smart that the French Federation has left the door open. It's not, there's still an extra thing that they have to do, right? There's still like I don't know, it's like a top 8 or something, but there's still a box left to tick that, just kind of leaves some very important racing over the next couple of months to just finalize things and finesse things.
Yeah, the French, they always wanted like a confirmation criteria on the Olympic year. So for us, the French, it's top 3 in Abu Dhabi or top 6 either Yokohama or Cagliari. which is far from being easy. As you said, as you mentioned, Pierre is not racing Abu Dhabi, so that's one chance less for him to fulfill this confirmation criteria. And after that, it's full discretionary. So I think it's all about showing that you can be either a chance of a medal or help to get a medal, or be a team player or help the relay to get a medal, or being the best alternate to get a medal also on the relay. So it's it's, as I say, there is plenty of if in this situation, and as I say, the best way to reduce the unknown is to be strong every time you show up on the start line, and for that you do have to show up on the start line. So that's my goal for this year. But there is no, I believe, I mean, it's my fourth Olympic campaign. I believe there is no perfect system, because well, at the end we all human, and it's always really hard to manage just humans, because there's so much happening outside of just training and racing. That's you never know what's gonna happen. So it's gonna be interesting couple months coming up. I'm really excited, and I feel confident, and really like back into my young age when you're just racing a bit careless, and you're showing up at races just having fun. The Abu Dhabi is the first stop. It's a race I've done more times than I can remember. It's always been successful for me. I don't remember what's my worst place in Abu Dhabi. That was maybe 7th or something like that, I think. So it's always been like great racing there. It's a fast and furious race. It's quite cool. I'm also really excited to see people again after such a longer hiatus. It's good to get back there. And then, well, we're racing on a Formula One track. Like it's fun, no? I think we're really lucky, and we should be grateful for that. I do have a couple of friends that live in Dubai that are gonna come and watch the race. It's really fun. I'm actually planning to stay an extra week in Dubai after the race to just train there a bit. And I'm just gonna enjoy this last race, last year of racing, and just being out there until we draw the curtain, and we'll look back, but we won't have any regret for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, great to see you in fire and shape even after overwintering in Yorkshire, and
that was the toughest part of my season, I hope. That was a lot of water.
Start to appreciate like what gave the Brownlees that little tough edge, doing that year after year after year, right?
Yeah. It's funny because when I was in Leeds, I would get private messages from people saying it builds character, but I do believe it builds your immune system more than character. Like, for sure.
Yeah, you're now like pneumonia immune. That's not gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm thinking racing winter triathlon is happening, because now I'm ready.
What was it? Boxing Day? You did the cross country. That was quite something, wasn't it?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if cross country is the right word. It was more like mud country or something like that. But it was really fun. It was really fun. That's kind of a tradition there. We don't have a clue what Boxing Day is in France. Like, it's just a normal day, just the day after Christmas, basically. But we Georgia wanted me to. She actually wanted to do it too, but it was a bit too early in her rehab. So I was like, well, I'll do it. I just go there, run there for warm up, and race it. And it was really fun to see. I think people were just out of bed and still a glass of champagne in the hand, and some people were still dressed as like Santa, and some people were really competitive. But it was good fun being out there. It was a good training. I was sore the next day, to be fair, because it was a lot of uphill and downhill. But yeah, that was good fun. I miss cross country. I haven't done one in a while, and that was a good reminder that it still hurts.
Tommy insisted that I ask you about the flip side of obviously a lot of muddy biking is having to clean the bike off. What was this what was this post a couple of days ago? Fairly sort of birthday suit. Do you know what the birthday suit is in English? Have you come across this expression?
No, but I guess it's when,
Naked.
It's it's funny because I really for fun I used to and I still do quote Gustav Eden, that he used to say my best outfit is no outfit, and I loved it. I think Gustav is a really funny guy. I really like Gustav, and I actually really miss him. I hope he's gonna race any ITU race soon. But it's I mean, Georgia's been a bit cheeky there. I did not know she was taking a picture, so that was funny. I came back from a ride. I was soaking wet, and our place has a hardwood floor, and I could not decide between rinsing the hardwood floor or cleaning the bike. So yeah, I just undressed in the entryway and cleaned the bike. I mean, that was just it. But cheeky Georgia snapped a picture and thought it was nice to put it on socials. But yeah, that's it.
And good having Cassandra in the UK a bit as well. Like, to have her and Emma, they were the first French women on the end of season podium ever during the series, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, talk about like good timing for chalking off a landmark achievement like that between them. Yeah,
the girls are actually really strong. We also do have Leonie that's right there. She's getting a swim dial at the minute and making sure she can also like have fun with the girls at the front. I mean, Cass is actually, it feels like she's here since forever, but she's actually still really young. I think she was disappointed about this world title, but she does have plenty more years to go, and Emma, it's even more. So it's quite of every time I see Emma, I try to not think about how young she is compared to me. But she's a really mature girl. She knows where she wants to go, and she doesn't have time to get fancy. She really works to achieve goals, and I really appreciate that in Emma's mindset. As a bit as Christian, she makes a decision and she owns them, and I think that's great for such a young athlete. She doesn't really ask around what people think. She does what she thinks is best for her, and I think that's a really great mindset. I really like it. She's growing quick. Already a few podiums under her belt, and now overall podium. She might have been the youngest French men and women, I think, to achieve a podium at the series overall. So that's great to see the girls coming. And for a long time, we did have a bit of lack of depth in the women's to fill the relays when one of the girls didn't want to race or could not race. But I feel now we do have plenty, and we do have the girls that's also right there, like Mathilde Gauthier or Audrey Mel. We do have a lot of girls that can still like get there, but yeah, I think I'm not sure about the stats, but are we maybe the only nation with 3 and 3 boys and 3 girls? I think because it's only us and Hungary on the men's side. So
Spain are looking quite good as well, I think.
Okay.
Men's, and Germany, right?
Okay. So, but yeah, we might be, maybe Germany had 3 girls too. So yeah, that's not many nations that can do that, and I think it shows that that the performance side of our federation is working quite well. We do have a good relationship with the staff and the high performance director. I think it's a trustful relation, and it's a win-win relationship between the staff and us athletes. And we do have fun every time we go on at races, both the athletes together and also with the staff. So I think that's the most important.
Yeah. And it's going to be strictly business, whichever 3 of the guys make it. And between those 3, that is going to be a potent 6 for the individual medals, for the mixed relay. I mean, yeah, it's all lining up to be an absolute belter for France, whichever way you cut it.
Yeah, no, that'll be good. And on my side, as I said, I think whoever goes to the Olympics as a man for France is having a shot at the medal anyway. And I don't want to say I don't think I'll be missing that much, but I think I think the guys are completely capable of bringing back medals without me, and I hope they believe the opposite is the same. There won't be any wrong decisions, I think, at whoever they send to the Olympics. I don't think there will be wrong decisions, but just have to be a decision that's 100% performance oriented.
Yeah, and we get to see the first fruit of where you are all at in Abu Dhabi. That is going to be a great way to start things. Can't wait to see you there.
Yeah. No, that's good. Really, really excited. As I said, I just feel like I'm being in a cage for too long, and I'm just waiting for someone to open it.
And it's your third time back in only 4 races there, right? Your last 3 WTCS races will have been finals 22, season opener 23, season opener 24.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I'll see, but I don't know. I won't make it for. I don't know how many races there is on the calendar and how many I will do, but maybe I'll end up this short distance career with 110 races, maybe IT or something. Well, if I'm 109, I'll do another one next year for sure. I like rounded numbers.
Quite right. Yeah, it's 5 in the finals this year. So yeah. All right. Thanks, Vince.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for the chat.
Have a great season. Looking forward to seeing you in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, I'll see you in Abu Dhabi, Doug. Thank you for your time.
Brilliant. Cheers.